Welcome to the ToolSeq tutorials of Autodesk Maya. Alright, so we'll continue to ToolSeq randomizer. We will clarify rest of function options over here. To demonstrate these options a little bit better, let's begin with sorting. As you may guess, this combo box will sort your random values by ascending or descending order. So in each iteration, you'll get a bigger or a smaller value than previous. All right, so let's try it out. Let's select small to big sorting option over here. And let's select these cubes one by one. We have to select them one by one because selection order is quite important when you have to deal with random order. This one, that one, this one, that one. I know it will take just a while, but I will be as fast as possible. This one, that one, this one, that one. Anyway, we have to do it only once. Then we can copy selection text result from the items panel and use it again. One last block left. All right, load them, object mode, and rotate Y attribute, range randoms between 0 and 90, click on the randomize button. All right. So this value over here is closest to 0, and that value over here is closest to 90. Let's try big to small option, and this value is closest to 90. That value is closest to 0. All right. Function limit combo box over here can be used to specify minimum and maximum limits of functions. It's quite easy to control boundaries of uniform, triangular, and solo functions, but for others you may struggle more if you need exact minimum and maximum limits for your procedure. So you can use any of clamp or return, then assign your minimum and maximum values to control overflow. Clamp will simply assign minimum if the value is below minimum and assign maximum if the value is above maximum. Return will equally redistribute these values by using float mode interpolation, so no clutter happens at the lowest and highest levels. Let's see this one in action. Let's select normal variate function for the sake of this tutorial, since its borders are not quite easy to control with. Let's select clamp option, range between 0 and 90. Click on the randomize button. Now this value will be closest to 0 and that value will be closest to 90. However, you will realize clutter happens at highest levels. It may also happen at lowest levels depending on the function type and function parameters. In order to eliminate it, let's select return option and click on the randomize button. Now this value is closest to 0 and that value is closest to 90 again, but no clutter happens this time. All right, let's talk about interval. This one divides results into intervals and round your values to the closest split. You have to append a big straight vertical bar, then append the divisor at the end of each line. Let's try what I'm talking about. Let's get back our uniform function and get back our range between 0 and 90. Let's add a big straight vertical bar and append the divisor something like 5 and click on the randomize button. Now let's check our values. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 15, 15, 15, 20, 25, 30, so on and so forth. If you use percentage and interval at the same time, first bar goes to percentage, second bar goes to interval. Let's see this one. So let's append another big straight vertical bar for percentage. And let's copy our function and make its higher limit a little bit higher, like 200. So this one and this one goes for percentage. Sorry. And this one goes for interval. Let's click on the randomize button. Now you will see this value over here is closest to 200. All right. If you don't want to apply interval to any of multiple functions, you can bypass interval by typing 0 value as divisor. So let's type 0 value over here to disable interval for the function of this line. So let's click on the randomize button. So this first value over here is 0.036, which means this float number comes from this function because interval is not applied on this one also, but this one applied interval, which means it comes from this function over here. All right. Let's talk about exclude. This one allows you to eliminate specified values from results. You have to append a big straight vertical bar, then append one exclusion or multiple exclusions with space separator at the end of each line. If you use percentage and exclude at the same time, first bar goes to percentage, second bar goes to exclude. If you use percentage and interval and exclude at the same time, first bar goes to percentage, second bar goes to interval, and third bar goes to exclude. Let's try what I'm talking about. Let's select Singer for this example. And let's type interval something like 10 and exclusion something like 0, 10, 20 and click on the randomize button. Now you will realize our minimum value starts with 30. And let's add 30 to exclusions and click on the randomize button. Now our minimum value starts with 40. Let's delete 10 from exclusions and minimum value starts from 10. All right. If you don't want to apply exclude to any of multiple functions, you can bypass exclude by typing INF value, which means infinite. Let's see this one. Let's enable percent for this example. And let's add a percentage, something like 1. And let's duplicate this function with a higher limit like 200. And let's type INF value to disable exclude for the function of this line. Let's type INF also here to disable exclude for all functions. Now you can realize it over here. All right. We have been encountered pre-comments and post-comments several times before this moment. Pre-comments is for comments which will be evaluated only once before everything else, and post-comments is for comments which will be evaluated only once after everything else. You may remember that a few presets over here enable pre-comments and post-comments automatically for you. So let's see, this one enables post commands, or this one enables pre-commands automatically for you. All right. Variables set in pre-commands can be captured in post commands without doing anything extra. All right, so let's see this one. Let's select comment mode and type pass for doing nothing. Let's define a variable named xxx and assign 10 in pre-commands, and let's print this variable in post commands. Let's open up script editor to see printing operation and click on the randomize button. Now you will see our variable is printed in the script editor over here. All right. These panels are standard in ToolSeq, so middle click on labels to clear panels. There's a custom context menu button called items for both of these panels. Insert this string variable when you need all items in the items panel, regardless they have been separated with space or new line, chamfer preset, or paint presets. Use this item variable as you may find out. All right. Thanks for watching me. See you in the next video.